Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for joining me today. I wanted to bring you all together because we have some great innovations taking place here at our company. And with any company, you have competitors, and as you have competitors and plan to continue to grow, you have to make sure that you remain innovative and have a competitive advantage. So, today we're going to be introducing to you a new work system or processing system called operating claims reprocessing. This system is called short OCR. The purpose of OCR is that it will allow us to process claims more efficiently. I know, a lot of people are probably getting a little bit worried, but for our actual claims processors that we have here today, we will still need some claims processors to manually process claims for us. But OCR will take the bulk of processing claims. Yes, I know this means that we could potentially be doing some downsizing or laying folks off. But that is not the intention here. And our intention is to make sure that we can retain as many employees as possible. So while the change to OCR may not be embraced initially, the company has taken some steps in attempt to try to make sure we are accommodating all of our employees. Before we move forward with what those steps are, I'd like to ask if there are any questions about the OCR processing system. Okay, before we move forward, just to give you a little bit of background about this claims processing system. The OCR system is a system that can be programmed to process our dental ADA claims. That means that it follows federal guidelines off of the ADA claim forms that we use today and require for dentists to complete when they treat a member. The OCR system can be programmed to read the different boxes on the claims ADA form. It can also read keywords as well as addresses, phone numbers, and other key identifiers that we use to process a claim today manually. So the OCR system will do the same thing that our actual employees do here today by picking our top 5 claim processing fields, reading those fields, looking for keywords, and entering that information into our system. What this will in turn do is map that information into our customer service work system, which allow for our customer service team to see claims more real time as they're received here at the company. It would also allow for us to move forward with real time claims payment, which means as claims come in, we don't have to wait for them to be manually paid, but they will run on a payment cycle. The next thing that this means is that we will be able to process more claims in the mailroom more efficiently. That means that not only will claims come through the door more quickly, but we'll get the payments out more quickly as well too. Because OCR can batch and divide by states. So why this is going to be a new endeavor for our company and a way to make sure that we are innovating processes, it's also going to be a good learning process for our company as well. So before we move forward, I'd like to ask again if there are any questions or concerns. Okay, excellent. So to make sure that we can retain as many employees as possible, I'll give you a little bit of background on what the company has decided to do in order to make sure that we're still making everyone happy here today. One of the things that we have decided to do is that there will still be some manual claim processing roles required. There will be times where, although this is a way to become more innovative and efficient, that we will potentially have times where the system may be down. And if that is the case, we want to make sure that we have a backup plan and we're able to continue to process claims for our clients as we do today. So we will be retaining 5 of our manual claim processing employees to continue to enter claims manually as needed. What this also means is that we'd like for you to apply for these positions, and we interview each one of your employees, as this is a department of about 20 individuals. So having 5 job openings will be very competitive. So we encourage you to go out on the internet, look at the jobs. They have already been posted prior to this meeting today, and gather all the required information that you need to make sure that you have a competitive advantage and you stand out from the rest of your co-workers as we go through the interviewing process for this position. The next thing we will be doing is we will be having a job freeze. That means that for all of the open positions that are currently open on the internet, they will remain open, but we will not be hiring from the outside for the next 2 months. The reason we will not be hiring from the outside for the next 2 months is because we want to give everyone within this department an opportunity to apply for any jobs that they qualify for. We don't want you to have any outside competition, as our first concern is our employees that we have today and retaining them. So we like for you to go out, look at the other open positions on the internet for the company, and see what best fits you. And then at that time, go ahead and move forward with applying for that position using the proper channels. The third thing that we have done is we will be developing severance packages. Unfortunately, we don't want to give anyone a severance package, but there may be some individuals who feel like, maybe I'm done working now and I don't want to pursue any other type of job within the company. I like to relax now. Maybe you have grandkids and you like to babysit them, or maybe you just like to spend more time with your partner or your family. Also, maybe you're not interested in continuing to do the job that you do today. Or maybe none of the positions that are online exactly suit you in your qualifications. For that, we'll have a severance package. And the way the severance package will work is that you'll get a lot of detail on how the package is set up. But to give you an overview, individuals on the severance package will remain to have our company's insurance for 6 months. Aside from those 6 months of having the company's insurance, you will get a week of pay for every week that you've been here. For every year that you've been here. So, you could potentially, if you've been here 10 years, get 10 weeks of pay. That means that you have a little over 2 months, 2.5 months, to find another job. One thing that you cannot do, and I failed to mention, I apologize, there is no cap on your severance and the number of weeks that you can receive based on how long you've been at the company. If you've been at the company 20 years, you receive 20 weeks. But there is a contingency. You are not able to receive your severance and unemployment at the same time. You must exhaust your severance pay before you can apply for unemployment. So your severance package will have a lot of detailed information in it. We welcome you to schedule time with your direct managers or directors, as well as the human resources department is here as well to schedule time with you and just to discuss the requirements and next steps. So we invite you to not only look at this as an opportunity for growth for the company, but to consider this an opportunity for you to potentially grow as well. There may have been a position that you didn't look at before. Maybe you were very comfortable in your current position and then think about exploring other positions. Or maybe you have now reached a point where you're not interested in working at all anymore and you're set up comfortably so that you can do so. We'd like to just provide these opportunities to our employees. And before we close out, most importantly, we'd like to tell you that it's nothing that anyone has done wrong to make us decide to use this OCR processing system. It's just that we have to remain competitive. As we go out and we bid for contracts and we talk with clients and we potentially as well lose contracts, we find out what are things that are making companies walk away from us, or what are things that are making companies pick a different company besides going with us. And ultimately, it's all about innovation and being efficient and being able to do things timely, during real time, and on time for your clients. Satisfaction is number one, and that's what the clients want, and that's what we want for them, and in turn, them for their members and our providers. So, I'd like to open it up one more time and ask if there are any questions or concerns again. Okay, excellent. Thank you. Well, we thank you all for joining today at the meeting. Please remember that my door is open. If you have any questions or concerns, please do not hesitate to call me, email me, stop by, knock on the door, or check my calendar and set up some time with me. I'm here to provide as much information as possible and to answer as many questions as I can throughout this process and this transition for our employees as well as our company. Thank you.